What's going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we're going to be taking the first drive with our H10 Optic kit, and I've got a special guest test driver that I think you guys are going to be really excited about. And no, it's not just Sydney who's running around out here with us. So I'm going to hand over the controls to my lead test driver, and then we're going to get out on the trail and I'm going to talk to you guys about what makes the Optic kit different over just picking up the RTR. Of course, besides the awesome looking livery on this thing, which there happen to be multiple of, and you don't know which one you're getting when you pick up a kit. So there's some pretty cool things about this truck. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we've got my buddy Atlas out here to help us drive this thing. Are you ready to drive this truck, dude? Have you got your rear steer ready to go? All right, let's do it. So this Optic kit does not come four-wheel steer. I have a build video where I explain all the differences I changed to make this thing four-wheel steer. So the Optic kit does not come with rear steer, but mine is equipped with rear steer because he likes rear steer. All right, buddy, let's go drive over some rocks. All right, bud, let's drive straight up this rock. Let's go. Do you like the color of this Optic? Is it green?
No.
What color is it?
Wow.
It's yellow. Yeah, you're right. Okay, keep going. Turn your tires.
Yeah.
No rear steer, just turn your front tires. Keep going. Can you go a little faster? Keep going. It's almost there. No, no, no. You just gotta drive it. It's about to go. There it is, dude. All right, good job. Let's go find some more rocks. Okay, bud, big drop, go slow. There we go. Yep, keep going. Okay, you gotta straighten your rear now. Turn your rear. Straighten it up. Good job. Go nice and slow. You might have to drive fast in a second. Go slow, slow. Keep going. Now drive fast. Perfect, dude. You did awesome right there. That was a good job. Okay, here we go, up a big, awesome crack. So on this Optic kit, I decided to go with a Fusion motor. And then I've got a Reefs 777 brass front servo and a Reefs Raw 800 rear servo. Keep going, dude, you got it. Wow, Atlas is absolutely killing this. This is awesome. Keep going, buddy. Dude, that was perfect. I didn't even tell you what to do. Awesome. I think you're figuring it out. Drive it fast in the sand. Jay, you got dirt on my roof. Did you roll my truck? Well, thanks so much to my special test driver here, Atlas. He is almost 3 years old and he's out here having fun with the RCs. So good job, buddy. It's time for me to go drive it and we'll go check it out on the rocks. Well, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that first segment. Now we have got the truck and we're going to be running Mousetrap. On this truck, I'm actually running a Radio Link RC8X. This is my first time actually using this in a video. I've got my rear steer set up on this potentiometer right there. So excited to see how this goes. Curious if my GoPro will end up with a bunch of the controller in the shots or not. But we'll figure it out. I'm so used to driving my FlySky GT5 rigs. But this Optic kit, what are some of the differences you see? The shock bodies are hard anodized, so they got a little bit nicer finish on those themselves. They are the S8E shocks. And even building them myself, I'm still struggling to keep oil in these things. Now, I'm not the greatest shock builder ever, but man, it does get a little bit annoying with how many sets of these I've had, and they just continue to leak. So, unfortunately, I haven't solved that issue yet. This is a pretty wild side hill here. Now, as I stated, this truck comes drag axle, meaning not rear steer. And then I actually got one of the Vanquish H10 steer axle kits, which are now available through their website. And Vanquish dealers, hold on to it, truck. Hold on to it, truck. So close. So if you want to rear steer your H10 here, they are servo on axle, so that simplifies things. The fuel cell, on the bottom side of the fuel cell, these are designed to run a servo underneath them, which is really cool. I like that design feature. Good work, Brandon. The other portion of it though is that the front edge of that fuel cell does interfere with my particular setup, which is stock wheelbase. I wouldn't want to stretch one of these. They already kind of get into the belly a lot. Woo-hoo-hoo. Barely held on to that, but she did get the entrance to mousetrap, which is not easy. So I had to clearance that front edge of the fuel cell a bit. If you guys watch my build video, you'll see all the details on that. And also the rear upper links had to be lengthened to match the front upper links so that they have the same geometry front and rear. This is a center skid truck, so it has the same length links front and rear, both top and bottom. Now, one of my favorite details on these trucks are these fake hydraulic steering rams. They look so good. They're just like the real thing. I used a little bit of silver Sharpie on mine just to highlight that hydraulic cylinder in the middle. And then I put a PSC sticker on it. Because on the full-size cars, that's typically what you see are PSC double-end 3-inch rams. And I think it looks really close to the real thing. But very cool stuff there. There are aftermarket parts available for those from different companies that you can get the metal tie rods and stuff on them. I haven't actually picked a setup for myself yet, but they do look really good. That being said, on my original Optic, I was running a 777 from Reefs, direct power servo, like 800 ounce-inches of torque, and I never had any issues with like stretching out rod ends or anything. That is one detail on the truck here, is that the kit comes with the HD rod ends, which is a harder plastic on the rod ends from Vanquish. That's a nice little upgrade too. Anywhere that has a rod end has been upgraded. Making quick work of that crack with the rear steer. Very nice. Nice and smooth, nice and quiet. Now this transmission I did grease up a good amount. Now what are some of the differences between the kit and the RTR? The internals on the transmission. The gears themselves are the same, but you get an aluminum motor plate standard in the kit, and then you get aluminum standoffs as well. So that's just going to make a more rigid transmission, which certainly can't hurt things. And then of course it's the VFD, so Vanquish has multiple options for this guy. You can do a lightened machined gear set in there. You can just do a machined gear set. You can get just the overdrive gears, or you can get the lightweight gears that also have overdrive built into them. So lots of cool options. I really like the high overdrive lightweight gear set. That's my recommended upgrade for the VFD, because it takes weight out of the transmission, which is sprung weight, which is essentially going to lower your center of gravity. It increases strength inside the transmission, and you get overdrive. So it's like 3 benefits all wrapped into one. And that is the gear set that comes standard in the VFD. That's the gear set that comes standard in the VRD Carbon. So, great combo there. The other options you can do with this thing, and there is a really specific feature built into this cage design. There's a triple servo mount built into the rear of this, so that you can add shifting servos for different options that Vanquish offers. So you can add a dig unit to this transmission, or you can swap the skid plate and the entire transmission to a VFD twin if you choose to do so. And with that, then you have shiftable dig and selectable overdrive. And then there's companies out there like Colorado Adventure Club that offer a machined unit that eliminates the overdrive shifting and turns that into a dig unit so that you have front dig and rear dig, which is probably the direction this truck's going. This truck comes with hard plastic panels. These are not Lexan, so this is actually a hard body rig. And what's pretty wild about this kit is that it comes with mystery livery. So you don't know what color truck you're getting, and you don't know what graphics kit you're getting. But if you're unhappy with the one you get, I was told that Vanquish is going to start offering those as well. So even if you have an RTR, you can change it to one of the kit liveries. And if you're just, you really don't like the green that you got with the truck, then you can switch it out for one that might suit your style a little bit more. But really cool, strange offering there. Vanquish, their trucks of freedom and stuff like that, I think have realized, hey, maybe some people like kind of the mystery aspect of when they purchase a vehicle and want to be surprised when they open it up. I didn't know what truck I was sent, and it turns out I got the yellow Battleborn, but that worked out because I have 2.2 Battleborns on it. Which, you know, the livery may have influenced which direction I went with this truck, right guys? I also had some 2.2 machetes I could have used on here. But then I'm just running 350 hubs on this guy. I like the cut and shut size tires for this truck. It's a little bit wider than most 1/10 scales, and it's got a little bit longer wheelbase. So I think that these tires just scale out just right for this buggy. Bigger tires on a slightly bigger car. So a little more added clearance, but they're not so tall that it's creating it a higher center of gravity, making it tip over more. All right, you need wheel speed for this big wall. Let's see if these guys got it. We got a Fusion Pro in here. It's straight axle, so it's got some pep. Let's see. A little durability testing there, bouncing all over the walls. Let's give it another shot. There it is. Nice. Some of my trucks can't do that. And really, I've just found out that it just comes down to wheel speed. You gotta have that wheel speed to get it up there in the first place. So as far as the liveries are concerned, this truck has got the Battleborn one on it. So it's got the yellow panels underneath. Looking at the kit box, it shows you the different liveries, because I got this truck before it was actually out, so I haven't seen the other liveries in person or anything. I think the Battleborn one is just, it's a little plain. I mean, it's just black and yellow, it says Battleborn and Vanquish on it. I was looking at some of the other liveries, they got like cool graphics underneath and stuff. I think the Battleborn's just, could use a little more design element, maybe like some gray splash effect in the background, or just a little more, you know what I mean? But overall, I am still a fan of the Vanquish Optic. There are some awesome upgrade paths out there, as I've already discussed. Going with the dig unit from Vanquish, going with the VFD twin from Vanquish. The body posts that hold the door panels on, because that's where it captures your battery. There's a really cool option out there from Kevin at Fine Laser Designs, and it eliminates having that post that goes down through the door, and it's a clipless setup. It's a body clipless setup. Oh, that is not quite where we're trying to go here. You know what, maybe we will just scoot that rear under the ledge. See if this front weight can hang on for us here. Oh, we're teetering. Getting into the panels like a real buggy. Oh, that was less than ideal. So if you don't want to deal with those posts that hold the doors on, check out Fine Laser Designs. They got a really cool system that will help with that. Also, after the release of the RTR, now we're talking, there's been some aftermarket parts available. I believe Triel finally has aluminum housings for this. I believe Vanquish aluminum housings are in the works. I'm holding out for Vanquish because the machine work on the Vanquish axle housings can't be beat. No one else makes them as nice as Vanquish, flat out. They do better machining than anybody else out there. Ooh, nice, nice. Finally got that rear to go where we wanted. Something really cool we've seen from Triel is a little bit of brass weight up on the knuckles, because the H10 has a special drag link where the servo moves the knuckle from the backside. And so there's nothing else out there quite like that. So you have to modify deluxe brass knuckles, which can work, or buy H10 specific brass, which I believe there's only one option out there right now. And I think it's either Triel or Mius. I think those are your two options out there right now. Sweet. Nice and controlled through there. It takes some time to really find the line on that one. It can be really tricky, and can definitely wedge your car in there nice and be a real pain to get through. I will say, for this car having no added front weight except for a brass servo, I think this thing wheels pretty good. The VFD trucks always wheel good. The forward low motor is just such a good design. built-in overdrive. This one's got the factory 6% overdrive in it. Down the road, I'll get to 21% somehow, whether it's just the single overdrive gear set or I get the lightweight hardened gear set. But this thing wheels really good. Well, all right, friends, we're going to wrap it up here at the bench. I somehow lost the footage of my outro on the rocks, but in the process of editing the video, I did cut out one clip where I mentioned what the wheel and tire setup is. These are 2.2 Battleborn wheels from Vanquish, full-scale hardware. The inserts are SL3D RC squid inserts, and those are made for all sorts of sizes of tires, from 1.9s up to my cut and shuts, and even 2.2s and other cool sizes like that. But check out SL3D, they add performance to any truck you put them on. These ones are made specifically for my West Desert Wheeler cut and shuts. You can find those on my website, westdesertwheeler.com. You can also pick up a sticker pack there, or there's a link to where you can pick up a West Desert Wheeler shirt if you want to represent. All the kids stuff is marked down to 0 markup so that it is as cheap as I can get it to you guys so that the little ones can rock West Desert Wheeler as cheap as possible. I greatly appreciate your time. Thanks to Vanquish for sending this truck my way. It's been a ton of fun to put together. I really like the Optic overall. I'm gonna get some brass knuckles on the way for this guy. That's my next move. And then maybe we'll stick a VFD twin in there in the future as well. You guys love to let me know what you would change on the Optic in the comments down below. We will see you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.